Man, this thing, I don't know if you can hear it. Woo, 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 woo. But I'm telling you right now, this bad boy needs some wheel bearings. Today we're going on a test drive. I hope you enjoy. Watching my steering wheel here. Trying to see if the wheel bearing went off. From taking, hopefully no police. And then what I'm going to do here is now I've kind of got to feel how she rides down the road. Let's see how she goes through her gears and how she bangs out, if she's smooth or not. I'm liking it. Other than that heavy rotation on the wheels, I feel the wheels just wobbling. Woo, 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 woo. Steering feels pretty tight though. I'm kind of digging the steering. I'm liking it. Nice and solid. Car's got a nice feel. Has 99,000 miles on it. It's a 05 Envoy or Trailblazer or something along those lines. Interior, as you can see, is, fairly okay. We're getting ready to take a look at that. Kind of sneaking back to this little spot I go to check things out because there's nothing ever back here. Let's see how she does in a turn. Nice, that's right. Wrong side of the railroad tracks, you see it. Let's see how she does in braking. Oh, it took a little bit too long to hit the brakes all the way down. So we probably need some pads. All right, so steering, suspension. Let's hit a couple of these bumps here, see what's squeaking. Boom, boom, nice and solid, nice and solid. All right, so this is my little, this is kind of what I do to cars when I go look at them. Because I'm always assessing what it costs to actually fix them and make them. It's actually got this really cool little phone thing, but I can't really seem to use. Anyway, can I flip the screen on this live? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now that I'm looking at this, it looks like the SRS system's got one fault. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to I like the vehicle. It drives solid. It needs some work. So now I've got to determine how much money that what's it actually going to cost me to make this a nice car? That's really the only question we really have to solve when we're buying cars. So let's see what's going on with the SRS bag. We just pop this in here and we're just going to hit the trouble codes and we're just going to read it. See what it says there. It says, oh, passenger loop open. That could be, and you see right here, it says history, and then the passenger pre-tension loop open. So that could be something pretty simple. Not going to worry about that too much. We're going to escape back out of here. And we did have a heating and air conditioning fault, and I noticed I don't have cold AC, so let's see what this is telling us. All right, so we have a trouble codes. We're going to bust that open and see what we got. Sorry, you see my computers and stuff are all kind of scratchy and dented up, but they have a hard life kind of like me. All right, we're going to read the codes. So right now, as far as I'm concerned, the tensioner, I'm not really, okay. Temperature control, 2 feedback, circuit range, performance. I'm going to have to look that up. 424, temperature control, 2 feedback circuit. Okay, so we may have, I'm not sure exactly what that is without going a little deeper, but it doesn't sound like it's really that deep. So we'll see what we got to do with that. All right. And then let's escape back out. Escape. All right. And then we can jump in here and we can go to powertrain. Oh, escape. I hit the wrong button. We go into our live data mode, right? We want to go to engine live data. And as you can see, we can kind of get into anything. Anyway, while that's populating, let's take a look outside this car and see what we actually have. Well, hold on first. I'm going to make sure that we don't have a temperature. See this temperature right here? 197, 195. I'm liking that because I just ran the dog shit out of this car. Any other... We're looking for any valuation that may be out of line here. All looking pretty good. It's the kind of information, data we're looking for. This is why it's so important, guys, to have these machines because, come on, man. I mean, you can have a feel for a car, but you're not really going to know what's up until you know what's up. AC relay command. See that right there? It says it's off. We know we have an AC issue, so I'm going to turn it on. And if you look there, AC relay command is off, even though I've activated it on. So that tells me, so immediately what's telling me what's good possibility that could be wrong with this AC is, could just be something as simple as a power button, bad connection, this not really kicking on and off. But that relay, for whatever reason, isn't kicking on. So, all right, so how we're going to determine the value of this car. So let's just start with mechanical as far as what the computer's telling us. We have a belt tensioner on the air restraint system. I'm saying that maybe $30, $40 problem. The AC seems fairly simple to me, so I'm not going to sweat that one. I'm going to, once again, throw that about $50. I'm going to bet on the come, so I've got $100 in computer issues to clear that up. Interior-wise, just taking a look at it, I don't know if you noticed, but this bezel was busted. See it right here? It's only got 90,000 miles on it. But the bezel's busted, so I've got to put that into a cost effect. So now we're at $100, and that's, I'm figuring $50 in time and parts, $50 parts and time. This, once again, is a $10 problem, but it takes about, I'll have an hour in it. So I'm going to figure $150 into three things we got. Let's take a look at this car, brah. Let's take a look at this car, brah. Okay, so we know how she drives, so let's see what it takes cosmetically to make this car a machine. Well, right off the bat, we have some of this crap. No cost. I can clean up in detail. All right, so the wheel bearings, this car is sat, so we need two wheel bearings. I'm figuring the wheel bearings probably $100 a piece, and they're going to take at least an hour and a half a piece. So I'm going to figure, and my cost now is an additional $400 to take care of the wheel bearings. So what is that? Who's keeping count here? So I got 400. So I've got $550 in this car so far. To make it a nice car, it's going to take $550 so far, and we're still counting. Headlights are going to take buff, so let's figure two of those with materials, another $50. So now we're at what? Let's say $6. Bumper's okay. We're going to have to take this off, but it looks like she'll buff out. Good condition. Paint's dull, but good, no doubt. Wheels good. Tires are good. Body parts are all there. Kind of liking it. Then I get to this piece in the back. This is like can you see how flat that is? I don't know if that'll come out, but usually what I do is I just... So we're going to put some water on that and see if we can bring our color back, and we can. So we can buff this out. Touch-ups free. We don't worry about that. And this right here is probably a $20 problem. We got some clear coat off. I'll take about $20 worth of crap to do that. No problem. Little touch right here. I don't know. Right now I'm kind of figuring with the detail. And look at this high dollar, cool Let's see what's going on back here. Okay, we got all kind. Okay, so the interior back of this thing is trashed. So we've got to figure probably interior another 2 hours. So that's probably at least another 100, 150 to make the interior right. But all the pieces are here, right? So this is just a matter of dirty. This is what I was telling you guys. You can take something that doesn't have any value because of its appearance, but it takes so little to get it clean that you can make money because you can build the value inside the vehicle. So don't be scared of that. Don't be scared of this. My detail folks, they'll clean it. This thing will look brand new. But you just have to figure out the cost. So we're figuring another, let's see, 700, 800. Inside, looks like they left half the stuff in here, but that's okay. Look, we got rear AC. Headliner's a big deal, but this one, believe it or not, is super clean, and the seats are nice. So we got a lot of dog hair. Once again, back into the detail thing. So overall, my overall pick on this car is pretty good. Let's take a look underneath it. Underneath the hood, more or less. Hang on. See what we got here for a hood. Sorry, guys, if I'm making you too drunk on this phone, but, you know, the only way to get this information out there is just to go do it. All right, hang on a second. Okay, these little 6-bangers are bulletproof. Sounds pretty good to me. Now, we did have a chirping belt when I first started up, so I may have to take a look at the, make sure we don't have a water pump leak. Always when you get a chirping belt, think water pump. It's got a new battery, which is a plus. This car did sit. I noticed some other new stuff on here. New parts in the back. Look like the coil packs were new. Always take a look on these boys down the side here. See the oil dipstick? If that's rotted off, run. The other thing is the transmission cooler lines, which you see right underneath here. They look fairly clean. Those are usually rotted and a pain in the ass, so you got to pay attention to that. Then kind of look at this. See, this is all details you're going to have to treat and paint, because cosmetically, somebody opens this up, this is going to look terrible, even though it doesn't really mean much. So we've got to do some touching up underneath the hood, but overall, I'd have to say she's pretty good. Now, naturally, when the car's off, check the oil, check the fluids, all that before you get going. And trying to think of anything else that may be important. That's probably going to kill it. See the roof up there? I did look for I did not look for hail damage. Hang on. So I'm looking for hail damage. Hail damage really shows itself when you detail it. So you can take what you think is a nice car, and all you did was really magnify the hail damage, which looks like crap. And the glass is still clean. When I say clean, not damaged. Yeah, so overall, I'm saying less than $1,000. I have to pay myself $1,000 to get this vehicle. It's worth $1,000 of my time to make this a nice vehicle. So as I go to buy this car, I had to consider that $1,000, and then I have to consider the profit on top of paying myself to get this work done. I've got to consider the profit that my money's got to make. So there's two things. So the last thing I'd want to do is buy this car knowing I need to put $1,000 of my labor. Remember, time is money. And then I have to add my profit, because my money has to make money and my time has to make money. So there's two different things to worry about. And a lot of people in the car business getting new, you don't value your time when you're looking at a car. So, you know, if I was desperate and I wanted to buy this vehicle and I gave the people $1,000, and I'm sorry, if I gave them $2,000 and I know this vehicle will sell for $3,000, this vehicle will sell for $3,000 all day long if it looks right. But all I'm doing is giving my labor, so it's just a job. You're not really making a profit. So this vehicle has to be bought for back of $1,000, somewhere around $1,000, in order to make it work. and then you're looking at a $2,000-$2,500 return. And this is going to be your typical used car deal. Like when you're looking at a car, you kind of have to look at it like, what does it take to get it ready, and then how much profit on it is on the end. It's a two-part deal. It's a two-part deal, my friends. Okay, what do we got here? Is it still okay to check a car without an OB reader, especially just starting out? You know what, Dean? Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, you know, when you're starting out, guys, look, man, you just got to do the best you can do, right? So you're picking one car at a time. So, you know, you're probably going to have the ability to drive that car, really check it out, get a good feel for it. Like, if you borrowed your mom's car and took it to the store, you probably wouldn't need an OB2 sensor because you'd be like, hey, those are pretty decent. My mom's a pretty decent person. I know her car's in good shape. Same thing when you're buying a used car. But, Dean, let me tell you something. This is why cheap isn't always better if you don't have the equipment. Sometimes it's better just to make a smaller profit, but a guaranteed profit. You know, what this car is right now, what I'm buying, represents a risk. I mean, we have an airbag situation, we have wheel bearing situations, we have paint correction situations, we have a situation where we've got to fix the headlights, we have a deep detail for restoration. So there's a lot of things on this vehicle that can cost time and money that could go down different rabbit trails. Now, I'm betting on the fact that I can buy 10 like this week, where you might only be wanting to bet on one. So if I was going to bet on one, this is not the car for me. I'm looking for a cleaner car that I just feel confident when I get in and I hit the key and I can go. You know, maybe I'll just clean it up. Maybe I'll just buff it. Maybe I'll just make it look $500-$800 better than it does right now. Maybe I'll just offer them $500 less. Maybe they're offering a good deal, offer them $500 less, and I try to get $500 more than I'm paying for it, or what they originally wanted, because I can make it a little nicer. So, car business is a lot of touch and go. It's how you feel about things. It's a personal interpretation. This particular vehicle, I would consider this about a mid-grade return on money, ROI. It's not a premium car by any means, but it's not a real high risk either. It's risky, but not high risk. So this is what your typical used car lot, i.e. why I'm looking at it, is looking for. You know, they're looking for a $1,000 car that they can put some sweat equity into that's worth $3,000-$4,000. Okay, that's what we all do. But that's all contingent on the fact that you have the ability to fix this SRS problem. You got a shop, you can roll in, throw a couple wheel bearings on, you can do the touch up on the paint work, you know, you have the steamers to get the interior right. If you've got all of that, this makes sense for you. If you don't have the equipment to get it done, but you got the knowledge, you could still make it work. But if you don't have the knowledge, start smaller. It's too much of a problem to jump into. All right, guys, I hope that kind of helped. Let's see. An OB reader is $50 though. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. So you can get an OB, dude. I mean, you're not going to get one like this, but you could get, actually, I had a company send me one for $20. Look at my, you'll see it on my thing. I've got a link on it. It's a $24 reader, and the damn thing does live data. I mean, come on, dude. $25. So spend the $25. He's right, 50, but 50's for a nice one, bro. I mean, you got, you know, some of these people are on a budget. So $25. And I think there's even an app you can get on your phone. I think there's some, I don't know. I heard something like that. But whatever it is, man, information equals profit. So if you have information and you have the ability to fix stuff, that's profit. But there's profit for everybody. So you just have to find what works for you and what works for your situation. Don't overextend yourself, and just kind of focus on making profit on what you're good at. That'll do it for you. And look, the nicer, the newer, the more money you spend, the less any of this stuff matters, because, you know, you're buying a nicer car. Then it becomes just a point of buying something cheaper than you can resell it for. So that would be an upside benefit to buying the $5,000 to $8,000 range, or $10,000-$12,000 range, is the chances on needing a bunch of work are pretty non-existent. So you're just working on, your interpretation of value versus theirs. So if you can convince somebody their car's worth $2,000 less, then you got a $2,000 profit, and you can buy cards already detailed, ready to sell. It just depends on where you're at in life, you know what I mean? So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. There's got to be a better way to show you these cars instead of a drunk ass phone, but it is what it is. Meanwhile, I'm going to be at Ocean City starting tomorrow. I'm going to Ocean City, Maryland. I got some stuff I'm going to be doing over that way, and I'll try. I don't know how the old interweb is. That's what's my problem's been the last couple of days. I'm getting the death spiral when I log on to get on with you guys, and I'm just like, damn. So I mean, if I can't even get on, I know it's not going to produce for live data. But I'm in Richmond right now, which we have a pretty good network for Verizon. You know, but I also think the iPhone, man, I feel like every time there's a new iPhone, the old one just slows down. I can't verify it. I know that's like the thing, but I swear to God, it's true. I mean, it just seems true. Anyway, nothing but love and peace for you guys. Do you have any more questions before I roll out today? 1, 2. Oh, yeah, I'm just making sure I've got everything read. Yeah, I got everything read. I think I'm caught up. All right, you guys, we'll try to catch you tomorrow. I will be on the road, so if you get anything that you want to talk about, no problem. I'll try to shout out at you, man. And, you know, we're all in this together, man. If you got a question, just reach out. Be like, hey, man, what do you think about this? Because when I get on live, man, it's completely informal. It's just your buddy talking to you. This is not a production. It's not a video. It's just us sharing information. This is not a fancy... I'm Mr. Boy that, you know what I mean? I'm your buddy that's down the street, you know. This ain't you know, Hollywood shit here. You could just reach out to me. I'm just a guy like you are, just out making it. Maybe I can learn from you. Maybe I can help you. Either way, you know, we're just here for each other. So, all right, man. Peace and love. We'll see you, baby.